When any military decides to design and develop a new aircraft, it is a huge undertaking. These machines are some of the most sophisticated pieces of technology ever created, requiring intensive engineering for every minor part. But even this fact isn't that big of a deal because it's public knowledge. In the world of classified military aircraft, the whole process of development is made incrementally more challenging as it requires a veil of secrecy every step of the way. Everything from new weapon systems to stealth technology are desperately hidden as a way to stay ahead of the competition as well as to keep the technology from being discovered by enemies. But sometimes, these top-secret projects become public knowledge, either by being declassified by the government or through an information leak, whether intentional or not. Either way, the new information gives us a fascinating look into the world of advanced aeronautic technology when applied to military aircraft. From the B-2 Spirit to the Caspian Sea Monster, here are 5 of the most secret military aircraft ever built. When stealth fighters are usually thought of, pictures of the Northrop Grumman B-2 Spirit usually pop into your head. Also known as the stealth bomber, the B-2 Spirit is an American heavy strategic bomber that features low observable stealth technology designed for penetrating dense anti-aircraft defenses. During its design and development, the B-2 program was a black project requiring a secret clearance for all program personnel before its revelation to the public. It was incredibly crucial to keep this project top secret as many countries offered top dollar to those willing to sell its secrets. It's for good reason too. Along with its distinctive profile, the aircraft is painted with a special material called alternate high-frequency material, which absorbs radar signals, rendering it invisible. This, in addition to the advanced weaponry and flight range, made it a formidable force in any conflict. Before its declassification in 1989, workers already realized the value that these secrets had to foreign governments. One of these people was Thomas Cavanaugh, a Northrop employee. In December of 1984, 2 undercover FBI agents posing as Soviet spies met with him in a California hotel under the guise that they would purchase technological information related to the B-2 Spirit in exchange for $25,000. Cavanaugh was charged and sentenced to life in prison. However, he was released on parole in 2001. One of the most iconic aircraft in the Air Force's arsenal is the Sikorsky UH-60 Black Hawk, a legendary helicopter that has been reliably transporting military personnel since the 1970s. Developed in the late 60s, this 4-blade, twin-engine helicopter has been a go-to aircraft for the Air Force and has been used in numerous conflicts, including in Grenada, Panama, Iraq, Somalia, Afghanistan, and other Middle Eastern countries. It had always been the intention of the Air Force to work on some form of stealth capabilities for the Black Hawk, but no plans ever saw the light of day. That is, until 2011. That year, America launched a campaign to eliminate Osama bin Laden. During the raid, a Black Hawk crashed. Although unfortunate, it wasn't an out-of-the-ordinary occurrence. That is, until special forces destroyed it with explosives. It wasn't until photos were released that people noticed why. One section of the tail was left, and it was much different than anyone had seen on a Black Hawk. With these photos, along with another leaked photo that showed a stealthy-looking Black Hawk up close, it was confirmed that the United States was in fact in possession of stealth-capable Black Hawk helicopters. The Soviet Union has always been known for inventing large, abstract, and rustic-looking machines. But even the Americans were a little taken back when, in 1965, spy plane footage taken over the Soviet Union showed a humongous structure being built. At first, it was thought to possibly be some sort of platform. However, as more photographs were taken and compared to earlier photos, it was revealed that they were building a huge prototype aircraft. With the letters KM on its fuselage, it was nicknamed the Caspian Monster. Chief designer Rostislav Alexeyev built this plane to be an ekranoplan, a low-flying vehicle that utilized lift generated by ground effect. Typically, this plane would fly just over 12 feet above ground. With a wingspan of 130 feet, a length of 301 feet, and a maximum takeoff weight of 544 tons, it was the largest aircraft in the world. It was even built with missile launchers on its back. The Soviets had plans to use it as a special vehicle for the military and rescue teams. But the sheer size of the aircraft, which required 10 turbojet engines, proved to be much more troublesome than originally thought. So, it was used as a marine vehicle and assigned to the Navy. Testing took around 15 years, as many problems were encountered throughout its design and testing stage. Finally, in 1980, while conducting another test flight, pilot error caused the Sea Monster to crash. Luckily, no one died as a result. The same can't be said for the aircraft, though. It was a total loss, and it was too heavy to be recovered. Today, the Caspian Sea Monster is stuck in shallow water off the coast of the Caspian Sea. One of the fastest and most agile jets to ever be created was the Soviet MiG-25. As the American military was constantly building faster and more powerful aircraft, the Soviets created the MiG in response. They were specifically designed to be able to take down many American bombers as well as the high-soaring spy planes. Even though the Americans were aware of the fighter jet's existence through various photos and information leaks, very little was known about it. There were no documents or actual flight footage that showed what the aircraft was capable of or what purpose it was meant to serve. As this was in the middle of the Cold War, these answers could not be left unanswered. But the answers came in the most amazing way. In 1976, Soviet pilot Viktor Belenko stole one of these secretive fighter jets and used it to defect, offering the aircraft in exchange for asylum in America. Of course, it was an offer the American government would not pass up. Landing in Japan, the unexpected aircraft brought lots of attention. Reporters flocked to the aircraft, snapping photo after photo. Eventually, the United States dismantled the entire aircraft, studying every little piece. This revelation was a major breakthrough for the United States Air Force, who were now able to see exactly what Soviet technology was capable of. The Cold War was a very testy time for the United States and the Soviet Union. Each country was doing everything it could to learn more and more about their adversary, whether through espionage or through surveillance. So, in order to gain as much real-time intel on the goings-on of the Soviets, they built the SR-71, the aircraft that could fly higher and faster than any before. Designed in secret in the late 1950s, the SR-71 was able to cruise right on the edge of space, far above the range of enemy radars. It was also fast enough to outfly a missile. In an age before satellites and drones, this was the way to go to venture into enemy territory without being detected. Along with some amazing capabilities, the engineering behind it is just as impressive. The fuselage of the SR-71 included some of the very first composite materials ever used in an aircraft, which made the plane harder to spot for enemy radar. Also, because of how fast the aircraft flew, friction with the surrounding atmosphere would heat up the fuselage. Therefore, to prevent melting, titanium was used instead of steel. Overall, the application of this technology was amazing. No SR-71s were ever shot down. However, reliability was an issue. 12 out of 32 were lost to accidents. It was also a complicated plane to fly. As it took an entire army of people to prepare the plane, they had to plan and count down missions, much like a space launch. Eventually, the program was abandoned. It is amazing to see how advanced this technology is. What is scary to think, though, is that we are only catching a glimpse of what was available in the past. Imagine now what kind of technology is in use that we don't know about. Who knows what will be declassified in the near future? To see another video about military technology, be sure to click the link on screen now. Trust me, you won't want to miss it. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.